Greetings to everyone. Today's topic is customer retention. The definition of customer retention is the process of engaging existing customers to continue buying products or services from your business. And it is different from the customer acquisition or lead generation because you have already converted the customer at least once. It means that only the retention applies for the existing customers. If you want to attract a new customer, it may be treated as the customer acquisition or lead generation. So here we have to attract, like if you see the diagram, which is in right side of you, this we have a magnet. What is that magnet? Magnet is the retention strategy. So it may be a price, the quality, a new product, whatever it may be. You have to attract your previous customer, and you may to continue buy them our products and services, right? And then we have a small formula for customer retention, that is the retention rate. Customers at end of the month minus customers acquired the month is totally divided by the customers at start of the month, so that we can get the retention rate. Based on this retention rate, we can know how much your customers are retained from the previous to this present day. So if the retention rate is very high, it means that you have a good reputation, and then you can attract your previous customers too, so that you have a competitive advantage, and you may also attract new customers. It is treated as a customer acquisition. So if the retention rate is very high, it means that these retained customers, they bring other customers into your business. So it may be a good strategy that you can capture more market. That is the reason the companies today, they are giving preference to customer retention. So how can we process this customer retention? Basically, we have four phases in customer retention process. It starts with exploring. So that in exploring, you have to know who is our loyal customer in previous, and then you identify them, and then better you approach. If you have a good database with you, you just interact with them, or you can maintain a good relationship even though they are not buying from you, and they are already switched to your competitor. Don't feel that it is not your job. It is your job to explore more opportunities to retain your customer. Once you identify, yes, this is really our customer, due to some reasons they are switched to our competitor. So again, you have to use some strategies to attract back to your bucket, so you don't lose a single opportunity, especially for attracting the new and the already existing customer, right? And the second one is evaluating. In evaluating process, you have to search for the reasons why the customer shifted to other company or else our competitor. What are the reasons where we are doing a mistake? Why don't we give a chance to shift from your company to other company? What are the reasons for that? Is it a quality? Is it a price? Is it not a proper communication with your customer, or else a personal problem, or else your employees may not treat them equally, or else they are not giving any preferences? So that you have to evaluate all the things. After evaluating all the things, whatever exploring in the previous phase, that again you have to recollect that information, and then you match the explored information with the evaluated information, so that you have one thing, that in exploration you identify the maybe they have a chance to, these customers are turned to our company. In the evaluation, so these are already overcome by our company, so that these people are definitely retained. That is the process in evaluating. So in evaluation, you have to check each and everything, and then after that we have to establish the strategies. What strategies? the retention strategies. In retention strategies, generally the people are attracted with new product because they are already experienced your product. If it is new to the market, and then if you have a unique quality of your product, so that the customers will again experience it. But some particular conditions or else particular concerns, they cannot enjoy to retain your products. So for example, if you take the Nokia company, if for example, if you take your brother or else your father, they are very familiar with the Nokia product rather than you, because in that particular time, the Nokia is the market leader, and then they have established good connectivity between the people, and then they have good CRM strategies. And we have given the best example for CRM strategies by the Nokia company, but they failed and they are unable to retain their customers again. Only one thing, they are unable to process the CRM with their product. So because the product is the best CRM tool, and they actually missed it. So whatever the strategy they use today, it's nothing will give, it's a nullify. The reason is that once you lose your customer, it is not easy to attract again, because your competitor never give it to you. They simply arrest your customers in their basket. They never give you a small loophole to come out from that particular basket. So you have to use different strategies. You may give the promo coupons or loyalty programs you conducted, and then you just invite them and then give a smart kit, even though they are not entertain you, and they cannot retain you. So you have to use different strategies, because bringing new customer is easy rather than retaining a customer. So it is the concept that which gives us a more explanation, and based on that we will take the feedback from your customer, and then why they don't again retain to your company or also a brand. And then you simply take the feedback of these customers through online, or else you can directly contact if you have a good database regarding address and a phone or whatever it may be, so that once you examining the feedback, you just know the reality of the customer. So here in retention, if they have a chance to shift from the competitor to you, they definitely give more time to speak. Even if you are directly interact, or else you contact through phone or email, definitely they will give a response. Once that response you come from your customer, it means that they are interested till this state. They have an association. What association? It may be a product association, it may be a brand association. Sometimes these people are associated with your company personnel, your organizational personnel. It means your employees. It is also one of the key factor that you can retain your customer. Also, beyond all these things, we have to stop the process with examining feedback. In examining the feedback, we know what is the reality, and then in which manner they lose, and then in which track we can attract. That is the customer retention process. And then how can we increase the retention? And then by using these customer retention strategy, we can increase the rate of customer retention. In that, we have basically 13 strategies. The first one is set your sales goals. So before you tackle any marketing strategy, you need a goal. Without goal, we cannot move, because you don't know what you are shooting for. So if you have a goal, so that you can easily shoot. If you know the customer, and then why they are shifted, or why are not considering your product or your brand, so that you can easily shoot. If it may be a price sensitive, you just give a relaxation to those type of customers, because they are very loyal in previous, and then they in future they may give good references also, so that you don't think about our price. Right? It may be easy to shoot those type of customers. First, you calculate our existing customer retention rate, and then you have to start somewhere. If you are currently retaining customers at least 10%, and then you put a target or a goal as 50%, is not particularly reasonable, but you may try, because if you have a good target, so that you work more, consider the size of your customer base as well as type of your product you sell, and some products are tailor made for customer retention. It's only for customer retention types. And for instance, people always need to refill their household supplies such as dish soap and toilet paper. You can create a more ambiguous goals in that case. So we can easily shoot our customers or else the previous customer. And we have the second strategy, that the map the customer journey. So in mapping the route from the prospective customer is not always a straight line, because the prospective not all prospectives become your customer, and then we have so many pitfalls about, and we have some considerations about the prospect becomes the customer. In fact, it's more likely to take lots of unexpected curves, because we have fluctuations about the prospects. So one time we have good customer rate about on your prospective. Sometimes you don't convert your prospect into customer. So we have unexpected curves in your analysis. If you have gathered the data about how people interact with your website and business, or how people respond to your customer care people's calls. Now today, the most of the people, they simply spam it, and then we cannot interact your customers regularly. However, you can anticipate their customer journey towards converting on a purchase. And then before that, we have some questions are raised in your mind. How did people become aware of your business? How can they know? Yes, you have to publicize it. You have to give or publish the your details in bulletins. You can publicize it in newspapers. You can send the details to your customers directly through mail. And then we have another question like, do they track down your articles via Google search? Are they following you on social media or not? If they are still following in social media, they may have a chance to retain. Do you get a lots of referrals? Maybe if they are not your customer, they may give references due to their personal reasons. Their taste and preferences are different from the product offered by you, and then your competitor product may attract them more. But he may give us a good referral. Once you know that you can figure out how they make the decisions, and focus on lead acquisition, so that you can get prospects contact information and market to them for more effectively. Then analyze what convince your customers to buy. So once you convince, so that automatically they may turn to your company, so retention is possible. And third one is start off on the right foot. First impression is best impression, we know very well, and start off is always good for us. If a customer doesn't have a good experience during his or her first purchase, so automatically they have a negative impression on you. And then fortunately, welcoming your customers warmly is not difficult. Also, you welcome all those people. Make sure the checkouts and delivery process is as smooth as possible and we can send a thank you email or a thank you message from your customer database for every time. And then whenever they purchase from your store or else from your company or company's product, you send a small message that thank you for shopping in so and so company. So these people are very happy, and then you can also direct them to any helpful videos or guides. Right. The fourth one is take a look at that value proposition. We know very well the perceived value is almost important as actual value. So we have some expectations, and then if you reach those expectations, automatically these people retain. And fifth one is the reduce friction. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to buy a product from Amazon? So in previous days, we are unable to get through online, but now today we can get all the products through online. Even you can get the groceries items today. So there is no friction of retaining your customer. You have to try for it. If you are an existing customer and have a credit card or else any payment mode on file, you can buy a product in just 1 or 2 clicks today. So it is very simple. So whenever it is very easy to use, or if it is in simple manner, so that everybody is addicted to your website or addicted to your product. So most of the people, especially in US, they use Amazon delivered products, and then they have a good network. Also in India, also they have a good market, but they have a tough competition with Flipkart, right? And the customer retention or friction, it may be completely seamless. And the sixth one is communicate well and engage with your customer. So if you don't communicate with a friend or loved one for an extended period of time, the relationship automatically deteriorates. So it becomes increasingly easy to have no contact. Likewise, if you are unable to communicate regularly or frequently with your customer, automatically the relationship between you and the customer will deteriorates, right? The same thing happen with the existing customer maybe also. So you have to resolve it, and if you are not communicating with them, they won't even think about checking out your latest blogs. So they never seen your sending messages. They simply block on the social media platform. So these are all the consequences of not communicating well. And seventh one is educate your customer by offering great content. So it is your responsibility that you have to develop your customers' knowledge and educate them about new offerings which are having a good content. So whenever we have a good quality of product or a new feature product, you simply give and information and then educate them how to use and what are the benefits of that particular product. So if you educate the audience or the customers, so again they will come to your track. So once they are satisfied with your track, they keep continue with you. So you have a competitive spirit, and you can have a great deal with your previous customer. It is very important task that the marketers do, because customer education is not a small thing, and then it requires a great content to attract your customer to educate. Eighth one is understand your customer's problem. So even if you have the most wonderful product in the world, you probably won't sell many if you don't know what problem it solves. More importantly, you need to know which consumers will be benefited most. Once if you know what do your customer need, what keeps them up night, continue hitting those pinpoints throughout your marketing campaigns. So your customers know that you understand them. Over time, they will become more likely to buy from you. So you have to consider the problems of your customer, and then you have to understand your customers, and based on that you can prepare a marketing campaign so that they understand in over a time. So it is very possible one. And next one is make your returning customers happy with your loyalty program. Don't simply invite your customers, you invite them with a happy likes, so that once you invite them into a particular loyalty program, automatically these people are very happy, and then it has a huge impact on customer retention. If your customers know, they will be rewarded for returning to shop at your, either it is offline or online, they will feel compelled to do so. That's the reason you have to give a good happiness with a loyalty program. And next one is ask for feedback. It is compulsory that every company should take, and then it makes your customer feel good because you give the value of their opinions. It gives you the insights into how your customers think and they feel. Boring service might not be the way to go. You could send out an email that asks all of your subscribers to reply with their thoughts. Encourage the people to provide in-depth answers instead of ranking statements from 1 through 10. Generally, every people they will send a simple email with an 1 to 10. 1 is excellent and 10 is bad. So in this criteria, they will simply give 8, 7, 6, 5. So these are all for the ranking game. So it's very useful for your feedback. If you are giving 1 means it's a very excellent, it is 2, it is somewhat excellent, it is 3, it is good, and it is 4, it is somewhat good. So we have given the ranks in the feedback. And next one is train your customer retention team. So those who are looking for retention, you definitely give the training, because attracting new customer with your existing products or existing knowledge is different. And then they have, because these customers are already experienced your product, they know all the offers and all the benefits which are given by the company, and then they compare with other competitors' product and offerings. So it is not a simple task to train your retention team. You have to give all the scripts, and you will give some articles. You can develop some strategies to develop, and then they require to spend more time with these customers. So you do try runs with all new team members using a script. For instance, if you rely on sales calls for qualifying and convert them as the lead. So converting lead is very tough in the retention. And the next concept, next element is offer a valuable upsell. So upselling and cross-selling are fantastic ways to bring customers back to your business. So customer retention often relies on your ability to offer an even more fantastic opportunity than the one that got those customers to convert in the first place. So upselling involves inviting your customers to try out a more expensive product or service. They have already been introduced to your business, so they know what value you provide. Cross-selling means inviting your customers to purchase related, or sometimes it is a complementary products to the ones they already own. It's kind of like the sales associated at the clothing store who says, "Oh, these pants are a great choice," or "These shirts are a great choice. This T-shirt is awesome." So you have some comfortable things or items to go with them. So sometimes you may ask, "Can I show you?" So these are all offer a valuable upsell to your customer, so that they feel very happy, and then they trust that is the company for the customers. Once they feel like that, they definitely return to your organization. And the last one is do A/B test. What is A/B test? It is a Crazy Egg tool. The Crazy Egg allows you to create 5 user behavior reports that show you how your visitors behave on your site. It is a digital analysis, and then we have different types of reports like confetti reports, list reports, overlay reports. These are all understanding your audience breach. Right? You can start gathering data immediately, then launch new series of user behavior reports. Additionally, you can recording A/B testing. A/B testing can help you to refine your approach to customer retention. So these tests will allow us to go for the quality customers, those who are ready to come back to your company, and they will buy your products. So this is the concept where we have retain your customers, and then these strategies generally we use for attracting more customers again to your basket, because they are very familiar with that basket, and then they can easily come if you are properly using any of these particular strategies. So these strategies are really work out, and then we can have a good time for retaining customers. Thank you.